comfortable.
Okay, welcome. I'm not quite sure what this first video is gonna be, but I'm excited to see where this goes. I definitely want to make content creation and things of this like that are in the realm of content creation, and like I guess podcasts type videos. I've been saying for the longest I wanna do something like this, but I guess it just took me a while to actually go ahead and just go through with it. But I really it's funny because I feel like I always have so much to talk about, but I feel like now that I'm actually in front of this, actually not. Let me backtrack. I feel like one of the main reasons why I wanted to do this or why I started doing this was because, like I said, I feel like I always have so much to talk about, and I find that a lot of times through me sharing my experience or through me giving my perspective on certain things or just sharing, my outlook on life, I feel like it's helped a lot of people, and I always love helping people. Since I was young, I've always loved helping people. I like being of service to others, if that makes sense. That it's a gift and a curse, because I mean, at times it can lean into the people pleasing realm of things, which isn't always the best. But I feel like if you have a balance, I feel like it's easy to control, and I feel like it's very easy to, I guess, just recognize. I feel like now more than ever, I'm starting to really enter this period in my life where I'm trying to figure out, what it is that I want to leave in the past and what it is that I want to take with me. And it's been a hard process. It's been hard, it's been difficult, but I mean, if I wasn't capable of making it out on the other side, then I doubt I would even be going through any of this, to be quite honest. So I'm grateful for it, but in the times that we live in, the world that we live in, I feel like it's a bit of a challenge nowadays to really get to know yourself. And I feel like being yourself is such a taboo thing nowadays, because I feel like if you're yourself, like being 100% authentically yourself, I feel like it's controversial in a way, because I feel like for the longest the norm has just been being what you're not, being something else, being everything but you, because that's what gets you the money, the cars, the validation, just all the material stuff, all the stuff that really means nothing, when realistically your own validation should matter. how you view yourself, your self-worth should be the most important things to you. And I feel like in the age and the times that we live in, I feel like that's something that's been forgotten. It's like a lost art in a way. And I feel like with so many of the changes that are going on, I feel like people are slowly and surely starting to recognize that there's nothing wrong with being yourself. There's nothing wrong with being authentic to yourself and being true to yourself. Because at the end of the day, all you have is you. Like, yes, you have family, you may have friends, a romantic partner, like whatever the case may be. Yes, you have all these people, but at the end of the day, it's you. Like, people will come and go, but the one constant in your life is always going to be you. So why not invest in yourself? Why not, bet on yourself? Because you're worth it. You're worth it. You're always going to be worth it. And, being yourself is a lot easier said than done, realistically. Because coming into yourself and really stepping into your energy and really embodying who you truly are, it takes time. It truly is a process, especially when you have to unlearn so many things that you were taught growing up. I mean, shit, even things that you're being taught now. All the information we're being fed through social media. Like, there's a lot to unlearn. And I feel like social media has done a lot of irreversible damage, because I feel like it's set a lot of standards that are genuinely unrealistic in the world. And I fall victim to a lot of these standards at times. I think because I'm not at this certain point, or I don't have this and I don't have that, then I'm not succeeding in life, or I'm falling behind, when realistically none of that makes me who I am. None of that makes you. We are who we are, regardless of material possessions and material wealth. But back to what I was saying about it being hard work to truly discover yourself. It takes a lot of shadow work, really, a lot of shadow work. You really have to be able to just look yourself in the mirror and really figure it out, really figure out who it is that you're dealing with, really figure out who you are. Because like I said, there's so many things that you have to unlearn from social media, and even not just social media, like being around family and friends. There's a lot of things that you were taught, or that you've been programmed to think, just by being around certain people for long periods of time. And when you're going through, when you're an adolescent, when you're going through, school and all of that, like elementary school to high school, you're very impressionable. And you I know when I was younger I fell victim to this, but when you're younger, you pretty much do whatever you can to be accepted. You want to feel accepted, you want to be accepted, you want to be seen. And at least in my case, I could say it didn't always end up the best. It didn't put me in the best situations. It didn't put me in the best positions. And a lot of times when I was going out of my way to please other people, it ended up hurting me in some way. So I feel like it's imperative for you to really, sit down and figure out like who you are at your core. Like if something bothers you, why does it bother you? What about it bothers you? Why are you reacting a specific way? Like if somebody says something you don't like, why don't you like it? What is it? What about what they said bothers you? It's like, and those are just like some examples, but I mean, there's a plethora of things that people deal with, and people just choose to ignore and push to the side because I feel like it's hard for people to really just sit down and unpack. I feel like a lot of people are afraid to be alone, really. And I've had people in my past who have admitted to me, like, they don't like being alone. They can't stand being alone with their own thoughts. And stuff like that always, I guess in a way, it always like surprised me, or I don't know, it just intrigued me, because it's like, you're you, why would you not want to be alone with you? But I feel like it comes from a place of, I don't want to say self-hate, but I guess a lack of self-love, which I mean, I guess is technically the same thing, but I don't want to say hate, but I would say like a lack of self-love really plays a big part in all of that, because when you lack self-love, it makes everything 10 times harder. Because how are you going to be able to love anybody else if you don't love yourself? Like it's a cliche quote, but like it's very true. It's very real. It's poignant. It's a very valid point, because you can only give the love that you're accustomed to, or that you feel like you deserve, if that makes sense. Like if you're not able to love yourself completely, you're never going to be able to give that amount back, or that amount of love or more back to somebody else. Even if you think you are, like, you should always love yourself. And it's not selfish to put your needs, put your wants, your desires above anyone else's, because you are, again, you're all that you have. You're all that you have. When it's all said and done, like, you're gonna be the only one in your corner. You're the only person that's gonna know what it is that you think, how it is that you feel, and what you're going through in its fullest capacity. You're the only person that's gonna know that. You're the only person that's gonna know the magnitude and I guess like the grandiosity, if I'm not sure if that's a word, but the magnitude and the grandiosity of what it is that you have to deal with. Because everybody has their struggles. Everybody has their own things that they're dealing with. But you know, life is all a balancing act. It's all about how you deal with the things that you go through, and how you choose to, you know, present yourself, and how you choose to show up every single day despite the things that you're dealing with. And to touch back on the point about, you know, only having yourself, like, yes, I do believe that, you know, you only have yourself, but at the same time, we're connected to everything. We're connected to all. Like I truly do believe in the law of oneness. I do believe that, like, every living, non-living thing is an extension of us. It's a manifestation of us, because everything comes from the source, the universe, God, Jesus, whatever, Allah, whatever you call your higher power. Because at the end of the day, you know, it's all the same principle realistically. But I feel like when you're taking care of yourself, you're bettering yourself, you're also bettering the greater good of humanity at the same time. You're benefiting the world, because by you living in your light, your true essence, you're kind of like setting an example in a way, because you're kind of showing people, like, you know, it's okay to be you. Like, there's nothing wrong with being you. You exactly as you are is enough. You don't have to pretend to be anything or pretend to be anyone in order to receive love, in order to receive any sort of affection or attention. Like, you're adequate, more than adequate. But yeah, I feel like I have more to say, but I feel like for a first video, I feel like this is a good place to leave it off at. But shit, let me know what you think about the video. This is definitely something new for me. And I want this to become a journey. I definitely want to have other people involved in these conversations in the future. But yeah, if you like the video, give it a like, subscribe, share it, all that good stuff. But yeah, if you made it to this point, thank you for watching. I appreciate it. And yeah, I'll see you in the next one. Peace. Got the whole shit like they mascots. I'm so high, I've been smoking on moon rock. Hit a little nigga with the ooh-ah. Let's get straight into it like I'm Lua. I'm the greatest nigga, fuck what you thought. Gotta keep going, baby, no, I can't stop. They cannot stop me, this is my style. They try to copy. Sinners and grills, you got me wacky. Got a bad bitch, she gon' tell me, one for all and this all for one. Lame nigga ain't talking about none. Try to gas and your nigga, you done. Sacrifice and we offer him up to the sun.